Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Diana Phelan. I am a mother and a wife. And if this is your first time to meet me, welcome. I would love to say hello, hi. Um, as I mentioned, I am a mother and a wife, and I am experiencing so many things that other women are experiencing as well, being just alive, just being alive. And I want to share my journey and my experiences and my failures and my just my experiences on how I am doing my life. My purpose of this video is to kind of give you an insight of what's going on in my life right now, but I have consciously decided to change my life. So I am here to share and maybe be an inspiration for some mother in her house right now who is sitting and not knowing what's wrong with her. You wake up, you bath, you tie your hair in the back, and you get straight to cooking, and that's it. Start recognizing that you can change. Start recognizing that you have choices. Start recognizing that you can decide on something today and right now. And it's going to be hard work. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard work, but you have to be willing to put in the hard work. I am in my 30s and I have discovered so many things that we experience as women can be totally hard, sometimes so lonely, and sometimes very, very discouraging. And I have found myself in very, very dark places at some point in my life where I just felt like I was alone. This is my life. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, this is it. Um, and I know a lot of women out there have felt that way. I have seen it and I have learned from them. And I decided to take action in my own life to say, this is not all that I am meant to be. I am very versatile. I am exciting. I am sexy. I am beautiful. I am a whole lot of things that are still on the inside of me that have not even yet come out. But because of life and just the routine of motherhood, wifehood, and just life in general, working, you kind of focus on those routines alone. Um, a breaking point for me came just one day when and I was feeling unhappy. I just felt like crying. I just broke down and started crying, and I couldn't for the life of me understand, why am I crying? Why am I feeling this horrible on the inside? Um, it took me a long while. It took a couple of those crying experiences, not knowing what exactly is wrong with me, not knowing how to get out of this current or maybe a frequent recurrence of these crying moments. But a flashlight, something happened, and I realized I wasn't happy with me. I wasn't happy with me. And to a lot of people, it looks like you have it all. You have the children, you have the house, you have the cars, you have the husband. I mean, we all post pictures on social media of the best sides of us. But reality is sometimes it is that one moment where you're looking great, you're looking good, you have your partner next to you, you take a picture kissing, or you take a picture with your kids on a nice environment, and maybe that's once in 2 weeks, maybe that's once in a month. With corona, that hardly happened because we're all stuck in the houses, we were not going anywhere. So I realized that I was not happy with myself, and I needed to get out. I needed to get out of this situation I was in. I'm in my 30s, but I felt like I was 50. There was only walking for me to do after being a mom, being a wife, being just a cleaner for my house. Those are the things that I felt like I was good to do. I woke up, cleaned my house, made breakfast for my family, washed their clothes. I got afraid. I think I got afraid because that's not what I was used to in my life. In my 20s, I was a TV presenter. I was up and down. I did not understand what a house was. I did not understand what cleaning was. So I I was always up and down. And then come motherhood, come wifehood, come marriage, for a long time I was stuck in waking up kids, school runs, uh cleaning, making sure my family has food to eat. And as much as that is a blessing in my life, it started drowning me and I forgot about me. And this is one thing as well that I keep finding in my life, that I keep doing, that I keep blaming myself to say, oh, but did you not realize that that was happening? Did you not realize that that is marriage? Did you not realize that when you have children gets cut short? I keep blaming myself, and I had to come to a place where I had to stop blaming myself, forgive myself, which is the first thing that you would need to do, is to forgive yourself and say, I'm okay. It's okay to be at this point in my life, and it's a blessing for me to realize that I need to change some things to make me a better person. We have all heard of body, soul, and mind. Body, mind, and soul. And to be honest, those things are the things that we're going to focus on. I had to sit down with myself and figure out what was wrong. And ladies, or anybody who's watching me right now, the best thing to do is to get yourself a pen and paper. Go out and buy yourself a diary, a journal, and yes, they say do not focus on the negative things, but I am imploring you right now to start focusing a little bit of your time on the negative things, because once we know what is wrong, then we can move on to correcting each and everything that is wrong in our lives. There's three parts: body, mind, and soul. So that means the body is a physical thing, right? We need to know and focus on our bodies, because appearances are everything. I'm not going to lie to you. Appearances are everything. When you walk into a room, the first thing people notice is how you look. And they will judge you within the first second and say, okay, I don't want to be with her, or I don't want to know her, or I don't want to help her, or she doesn't deserve that quality assistance that I can give her as a shop assistant. People will judge you either way. But one thing I've realized is, if I go into a shop looking like this, any shop, I am most probably going to get 80% good service. If I go out into a shop looking like a mummy in her frumpy self, they won't even look at me to even assist me, even if I have the money to buy whatever. And it's a sad truth, but this is the world we live in. So we're going to focus on those little negative things that we are not happy about. I sat down with myself and I looked at my clothes, I looked at my style, I looked at my hair, I looked at my makeup, and I realized I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I looked in that picture. I don't like my weight. It is a problem. Yes, we can hide and say we had 2 kids, we had 5 kids, we had 7 kids. But if you eventually you are not happy with yourself, that could be the problem. Your weight can be a very stressful thing, and we know this. I mean, we know this, that when you're overweight and you don't look the same way that you used to look, like in the past 2 years, you can't fit in those jeans. It does affect us. It did affect me. Okay, let me be honest about that. It did affect me. I couldn't wear in those jeans that make me look nice, and my husband would be like, oh baby, you look good. Even that compliment is not necessarily the point, but the point is for me to feel good. I want to feel good in how I look, how I present myself, right? So look at those things. If it's your hair, I like to see other girls who have blonde hair, and I'd always go to either Instagram or any of these social medias and look at girls, and I started looking at certain girls that resembled the melanin color that I am, beautiful black girls, and I realized some of the things that they were doing. I'm like, oh, so black girls can actually wear blonde hair and rock it. Okay, it's not so ashy white, but it's a beautiful brown gold. And I learned and I taught myself, okay, maybe that's what you can look like in blonde hair. So teach yourself, learn and learn and learn again about certain things that are making you look bad. Look at those negative things, and then we can work towards the next steps. So I also came back to how I used to look in my makeup. I realized I didn't like my eyebrows. I didn't like, a lot of things that I was doing, like unconsciously. Until I started paying attention and I started looking more into detail of what was I doing wrong, what was making me feel bad when I did it on my body appearances. We're talking about the body right now. Then I kind of got to looking for a solution. What if I don't like my eyebrows the way they look? Okay, I'm using black. Maybe I shouldn't use black. Maybe I should use a little lighter color. Maybe I should use brown. So how are they doing it nowadays? Okay, I don't have the products that she has, but I can try with something else, something cheaper. I looked at my clothes. I had a full week of looking in my clothes and looking at, do I really like that? Who bought me that? Do I enjoy wearing that? Is it just too tight? Is it too loose? Look at those negative things. So another thing about the body is, what are we eating? Have we ever tried to change what you're eating? Truly what they say is goals to get to a body goal, it's 80% what you eat, meaning what you put inside your body, and it's 20% exercise. Isn't that great news? Isn't that good news? I know food is amazing. I love food. I love food, but I had to discipline myself. I have lost over 12 kgs since June last year. And you know what? It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but every time I look at myself in the mirror and I can fit normal clothes like a size 12, what? I am happy. I used to fit a size, I was about size 16 when I realized things are not okay. One day was a shocker to me when I looked at a photo that I was standing next to my husband in some place, and I just felt like I looked like a whale. I wasn't dressed well. I didn't even think about what I was putting on my body in terms of my outfit. I didn't even think. I just put on and I left and I went, what? So when we eat right, we start making ourselves feel better. We start healing the insides of our body, drinking a lot of water. If anybody knows me out there, they know I don't like drinking water. I had to teach myself to drink water. Who teaches themselves to drink water? What? That's just natural, right? No, it's not. It wasn't natural to me to just drink water. I would drink tea, I would drink a juice, I would drink all these other things that were not good for me. So I started looking at my patterns. I started looking back at, what do I do that is so terrible for my body, for my appearances? I'm not saying focus on your negativities, but I'm saying to get something right, you need to know what you're doing wrong. It's school. It's just simple. It's really simple. To know how to fix something, you need to know what the problem is. So I looked at my problems. These were my problems, and this is how I can get there. And this distance to here is a long one, but if you're committed, you can get there. You can get there. I'm not there yet, but I will. With every little step that I take every day has to be an effort. So another thing that I used to do in terms of negative things that I used to do, I used to just behave anyhow. I learned how to just speak vulgarly. I learned how to throw F-bombs with any sentence. And I was never like that. I was never the person who, oh, F this, or oh, this is F in this. I was never like that. And I caught myself learning these silly habits from, and I could throw F-bombs here, even in front of my kids. I would just say it as a joke because everybody says it. But that's not me. That's not how I do things. That's not how I used to do things. That's not how I was raised up. So all these things I started hating in myself, like, why am I talking like this? Why am I doing this? So with everything that I had to do now, I had to correct myself. I had to watch my words. I had to keep an eye on my mouth and say, Diana, we are going to correct how we speak. Diana, we are going to correct how we dress. Diana, we are going to correct this. We're going to correct that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. It takes time from your family life. It takes time from your husband. It takes time from your cleaning. If you like a neat house, maybe take 1 hour from your cleaning house to say, I'm going to focus on myself. Make it a selfish hour, because you need to jot down all the things that are wrong with you to get to a place where you know, I have fixed these things and now I'm happy with myself. And it's a journey. It's not something you're going to do in the next 2 months. It's not something you're going to do in the next whatever. It is habits. And as we know, it takes 21 days to create a habit. And then a habit becomes a character. It becomes it becomes part of you. But when we get to a point where it becomes part of us, that means we are already a better person. So I'm not saying focus on the bad things. I'm just saying let's get all those negative things that make us feel bad, look at them, scrutinize them, and then we can move forward. Coming to mind, we need to think right. I'm sorry, we just need to think right. Change the way you think right now. Change the way you think about yourself right now. Change the way you think about time right now. If you wake up at 9, wake up earlier. Change the way you think about time, because that we only have 24 hours in the day and you can only do so much. And half of that time, ladies, if we be honest with ourselves, is spent in front of a screen. Change the way you think about time. Do not procrastinate. Do it right now. If it's an exercise that you now need to do right now, set your mind to say, I am not going to sway away from what I have set myself to do in my day to day. Write a to-do list. These are things that are readily available on the internet. These are advices we're hearing every single day from people that are successful, people that have made it, people that are getting things done. Wouldn't you be one? Wouldn't you like to be one of those? Your mind is everything. The mind is where it all starts. It starts right there. The minute you say, I want to be a better, best Diana, and my mind is agreeing with me, and you agree with yourself, your body, your finger, everything agrees with you, and it is a commitment you're going to make and do for yourself, trust me, nothing is going to stop you. Nothing is going to stop you. Be committed. Set it in your mind that you want to be committed to getting a better you. The best better you, for your children, for your wife, for your husband, for yourself. I had to look at myself and say, I want to be best for Diana. The minute I'm happy with myself, I can give love. It all starts in the mind. Make it a point to commit to yourself. Promise yourself that you're going to do these things. It's hard and you're going to fall. But when you do fall, make it so fast and easy to get back on that train and just get on with it. It all starts in the mind. Your mind is the curator of your life, right? They say what you think is evident in your life, right? Because we were in a mindset of failure, lack, a mindset of backwardness, a mindful of negativity. Everything you saw around you was just negative. You looked at yourself and you didn't like yourself. Nothing looked well for you. I saw that in my life. The minute I was just bored with myself, not taking care of myself, not showing myself love, everything else seemed ugly. Everything else seemed horrible. But the minute I changed my mind and say, I am worth the time, I am worth looking after me, and I am worth stealing 2 hours in the day just to focus on me and be selfish about it and say, I'm closing the door. Husband, look after the kids. I am going to make myself up. I am going to look at my clothes today. I'm going to sort out my wardrobe. I have learned 1, 2, 3, 4 things about a capsule wardrobe today, and I'm going to use those guidelines to go upstairs and sort out my wardrobe. I want to look good. I want to get out of the house and feel like I'm Mrs. So and so. I want to get out of my house and feel like I am the treasure. I want to get out of my house and just know that I own me and I'm proud of me and I looked after myself. So put it in your head. Make up your mind to say, I matter. Then your journey will start easy. The other thing about mindset is that you need to stay away from bad friends. You need to stay away from bad talk. No matter who it is that's bringing you bad talk in your life, who's bringing you down, who always has the negative thing to say about you, cut them off. I've had to do this. And it was hard, but I've had to do it and say, every time I do something, every time I say something, this particular person never claps for me. This particular person never cheers me on. This particular person always says she can do better or he can do better. Stay away from such people. People that will never celebrate you. Stay away from them. Don't focus on negative people. Don't focus on toxic people. Get rid of toxic people out of your life. Focus on you. Okay, so forget about them and do you and make you happy. The next thing about mind is that teach yourself, educate yourself. I'm not saying go get a degree and money of that. I'm saying educate yourself on things that matter to you. If you're trying to learn about makeup, if you're trying to learn about hair, if you're trying to improve on your hair, makeup, body, structure, if you're trying to learn how to dress your body, YouTube is a great tool. Educate yourself. When it comes to mind, another thing that we tend to do is lie to ourselves. We say, oh, it's okay. Oh, I can, oh, it's not, it doesn't matter. Or he said this to me, okay, it doesn't matter. Or she called me this, it doesn't matter. It does matter. All those negative things we are hearing about us from other people, it does matter. Take them into consideration. And you know what? Use that negativity to improve yourself. Find somebody who looks like you, who has the same body shape as you, who has a belly like you, and see how they dress, see how they present themselves. The reason why they have so many followers is it means that they are doing something right. It means that they're doing something that we don't do, so we can learn from them. It's actually half of the job done for us. We are basically just copying, right? So let's appreciate them and support those people that can teach us by watching them, by learning what they're saying to us, and improve ourselves. Because I think the reason why they make these videos is to teach somebody out there. And if we can show them that, hey, listen, you have taught me, I'm sure they'll be chuffed. Motherhood and housewifehood is hard. Later on, running a business, getting yourself educated, getting yourself a master's, a PhD, whatever it might be. It's hard enough, but at the same time, you know what they say? Work hard, play hard. Come on, and look beautiful at it. Come on. The third part I want to touch on is our soul. I cannot tell you how important this has been to me. A part of leveling up, it means that you're going to be selfish in some ways. And as a mother, as a wife, I struggled with this, to be selfish with myself, to close the door on my kids and say, go play with dada. Right now I am going to do my makeup, or right now I just need time to be with myself. It was hard, but I had to learn to do that so that I could be a better person for them. So our soul and what we put into ourselves and what we put into our souls matter, because that's what's going to come out of us to be able to give to other people. I am Christian, and I had to go deep into my Bible and just read and just see how Jesus did it, how the Bible says it's okay to be alone at certain times. In John, in Luke, it tells us when Jesus went up to the mountain, he usually went up to the mountain on his own to pray, to speak to the Father. There were occasions where he took along some of the disciples, usually John, Peter, but he would go on his own and be on his own and speak to the Father, speak out his heart, speak out his trials, his tribulations, his moments. He would take time to be on his own. And the minute I understood that it's okay to ask for time to be alone, because Jesus did it, I understood that I was doing something right. Because he went up to the mountain to pray, to be stronger, to come down, to filter it down on his disciples, later on filter it down to us. So as a mother, I have learned to go into my own quiet time, feed my soul, whether I am praising God, whether I am dancing to my best tunes, whether I am praying, whether I'm writing down in my diary, whether I'm writing down what has made me angry today. At least it was cleaning my soul. It was cleansing my soul, and it made me free. And the time I would come downstairs and be with my kids, I felt like, I felt light. I felt happier. I felt even more encouraged to encourage my kids, to encourage my husband, to look after my home, to do all these things that I wanted to do. But when we do go into our soul and just kind of cleanse our soul every moment, every time, we are strengthened. We are strengthened in the right direction. And whatever will come from the soul, it always comes from the Lord. And when it comes from the Lord, we are not going to fail. We are just going to be better people every single time. So I will encourage you even more and even further. I mean, there's only one thing I can say about the soul, that once we get our soul right, the rest of the matter, the rest of our lives are sorted out, because we are rooted in the right beginning, in the right foundation, right? There is more to talk about this. There is more to talk about how I'm leveling up, but these are the first things that I sat down with myself and I scrutinized and I dug deep into myself, and I said, what is making me unhappy? What is it that makes me feel horrible? It was my body. It was what I was eating. It was how I was putting clothes on myself. It was my makeup. It was all these horrible things I used to do to myself. And I thought, I need to change that. The minute I changed it, sister, the minute I changed it, I felt like a new woman. I felt like a new woman to my kids, a new woman to my husband, a new woman to everything I was doing. And it just made me a better, best me. Because I tell you, my sisters, I was at a point of depression. I was at a point of depression because if I did not realize this downward slope I was going on, I would have been in some medicated state, because when I started kind of opening up and talking about what's going on to certain close family members, they started saying, why don't you go to your doctor and talk to your doctor? My doctor gave me this for to feel lighter and feel happier. My doctor gave me this. He said I was depressed, so he gave me this. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with medication, but it's just not what I wanted. I did not want my life to depend on medication. I already have a thyroid issue, and I'm on medication every single day for the past 10 years now. So I did not want to live a life of medication, relying on medication. So use whatever negativity that you are hearing to make it a positive into your own life. Turn it around and use it to better you, to make you the best, better you. I did it. You can do it as well. I was that wife, I was that mother who was moping around in a morning gown every single day, every hour of the day, because I felt horrible. My business was going down. I was just not trying to win. I wasn't trying to win. And I kept losing. I kept losing. I kept losing. But I don't want you to lose. I came out of it, and I know you can come out of it. You can encourage yourself. It's hard, I know, but you can encourage yourself. And I look at other women who are doing it. They are doing it, and I'm like, and God made me with a purpose. Am I just gonna let him down? Am I not even gonna try? Am I just gonna say, okay, I've lost? Not a chance, not without a fight. And right now, guys, I'm in my fight. And I want you guys to fight for your life, to fight for you, to fight for your purpose, to fight for your children, to fight for everybody around you. Be a light. Be the light. Be the light. Be the light. I can't say enough, guys. I really can't say enough, but yeah. This video has been all over and around the world, but I am just trying to come up here and encourage you and tell you where I was at and where I am right now. As you can see me, I am back to posting. I am back to just being alive, being loud. I am loud, although I am very, very classy. I am very, very classy, and I love being classy. And I have my moments. I have my crazy moments in my house where I'm shaking the booty, dancing, and all of that. But that's just it. We have to live a holistic life, isn't it? We have to live a holistic life. We just have to be a whole person. In the day, I am 20 different people, but I am still me at the core, and I'm just making me happy, and I'm making those around me feel love. It's hard as a mother. It's hard, and my kids are not even in their teens yet. Pray for me. Pray for me. Hallelujah. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. And I have started to create these videos because I realized my channel was focused on just family and odd things that we used to do, but I want to make this channel more intentional, more helpful to somebody out there. And I realized that I had been going through something, and I know that I'm not alone, and I know that with how I have managed to kind of come out of the surface and kind of seen myself getting to a certain level and just hoping to grow myself and polish myself and just fight out of the surface, I know that there's other women who would like to learn this from me, and especially being a young mother as well, we can get under, and I see a lot of younger women, younger mothers coming out so fast, and I'm like, so what's wrong with me? I can also do it. So you can also do it, right? You can also do it. I am Diana. I love you guys, and thank you for watching. And if this is your first time to watch me and you like my content, I hope that you will subscribe, and you can also share your stories down in the comment, and you can also share with somebody who might be needing this video, and just seeing how I am growing and hopefully inspiring someone out there. I love you guys, and God bless. Bye.